True here. Today we're going to be covering off the statistics page. We're going to be covering off the production tab, storage tab, and slightly into the trade routes. If you do enjoy the video, I really do appreciate any subscriptions on the channel, and if you do like the video, any likes will be very much appreciated. Let's get straight into this. So the production tab, if you don't know how to get into that, that is done via Control and Q. And here we're going to be seeing two items, the green bar and the blue bar, supply and demand. Now, we have the ability to select multiple islands. Holding down Control and clicking on the islands on the left, you can see a total running across all these islands. However, we're going to keep it simple and just have this island. So, as I was saying, we have two bars, the green bar, supply, versus blue bar, the demand. The supply is current production versus how much is actually being produced. Now this is going to vary on input items like potatoes. That's going to depend on your supply and demand versus your schnapps distillery. Whereas an end product, like the workers' clothes, is going to depend on how much of a population you have on the island. How many people are needing the clothes. So if you increase schnapps or working clothes, you're going to need to increase the potatoes or inversely the wool. So let's have a look. So sausages, we have a lot of supply, but not any demand. The reason behind that is, let's take a look at the island. This island is mostly populated by investors, engineers, and scholars. This island over here is where all my artisans, workers, and farmers live. So all the sausages are being exported to this island. So let's have a look at the production tab again with Control and Q. Now we have no supply of grain, but we have a lot of requirements because a lot of production buildings are over here requiring it. So we're going to have a look at the storage tab, which you can have a look by hitting the tab at the top or hold down Control and W. That'll get into storage. So over here we can see a total stock at the moment, 900. And we also have a trend, and it's going up at a double tick, so it's going up quite fast at the moment. But if we need a further breakdown, we can hit on stock over time, and we can see we didn't have much grain for a good while. And then, probably about 45 to 50 minutes ago, I fixed the problem of the grain, and ever since then, grain stock has just been going up and up. So that's shortage on grains probably had an impact on how much malt we have in the island. Because we don't actually have any grain to actually produce, so yep, as we see, malt is low. Which means the beer is low. So the beer has begun to go up about half an hour ago, and so did the malt, which is right after I fixed the supply of the grain. So yeah, it looks like it was a little over an hour ago we had a major problem. Hops is fine. Malt is going up with the arrow on the side. Beer should now go up as well. So let's have a look at another item, something that we import from the New World. So let's have a look at the cow truck. So over here, we can actually see we've got 420 at the moment, and stock is going up right now. And here are the trends. We've got lots of inputs, and then it's getting drained, and then we have more imports, and it's going down, more imports. So you can see the trend is going up. It's very slightly up at the moment, but it is spiking quite heavily. So, question is now, do we need to bring in more, or do we have a problem with the actual production on the other islands? Are my ships not bringing in as much as they could be at a time? And we can check this by clicking on the trade routes tab. This is going to show us how much items were in the ship's hold when they were starting to bring things over. Here we go. Over here, it'll give you an abbreviation of the import or export island name and where it's going to. So you can get reference points. There we go, 2 different islands all going to Crown. So on this one, we had 4 minutes ago a shipload of caoutchouc, and then before that we had half, and then full, very little, and very little. So it kind of looks like on this island there is nearly enough production over there to fulfill the ships on this particular trade route. We might want to increase more, but it's not looking too bad at the moment. Whereas if we have a look at this island, okay, that ship only left with 1. Half an hour ago, only left with 2. So there's definitely a major production problem over on that island for the caoutchouc. So we're either going to have to reduce the number of ships trying to take caoutchouc from that island, which means there's going to be a bigger stockpile for when the fewer ships turn up. They'll be bringing over more at a time, so it makes the trade routes more efficient and frees up more ships. Or we're going to have to start producing more. So let's have another island. And this island looks like we have a similar sort of problem. Not much caoutchouc, but that trade route was also taking coffee. So the island's fine on coffee, but is suffering on the caoutchouc. There we go. Yeah, definitely trend. That first island, it's got a fair amount of caoutchouc. The other islands are definitely struggling on it. So going off that, we're going to have to increase the production on those 2 islands. First island is fine. Hopefully these videos have been helpful for you to give you a bit of an insight on how to check on your storage, production, and your trade routes. If you do want a further in-depth guide in regards to these, please do leave a comment down below and I'll go into that in more detail. But thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you next time.